Hello YouTube and welcome diecast enthusiasts. For this video I'm going to show some Greenlight cars and vehicles, ones that are standard from the peg and also some chase vehicles. Now really I want to compare the two and also pose a question to: do you collect chase cars yourself or do you avoid them? I know there's an awful lot of collectors that do want maybe just the standard release as opposed to a chase car. Obviously I know in the States there's a lot of people on the hunt for chase vehicles, from obviously Greenlight that we're showing today, along with Johnny Lightning and M2 and Auto World, etc., and of course treasure hunts and supers from Hot Wheels. But I really wanted to know your opinion today on Greenlight, and we're going to just compare the standard car or vehicle you'll find on the peg along with the chase option and see what you think really, and ask the question, as I've said, about what would be your own personal choice, given that you would have maybe the option of picking up both on the peg. Would you take both, leave one behind? But we'll start with the off the peg standard version, and this is very nice 72 Chevrolet K10 4x4 pickup from the Barrett Jackson series. Now I do like this in the mid blue or lighter blue and the white band there. Very nice wheels, quite a high stance there with plenty of air between the rear arch and tyre, but I'm assuming that is correct and not really how Greenlight have produced these. So yeah, nice pickup. Now obviously here is the chase version, and this one has just got the green wheels, and these green wheel options do not always look suitable, but with this pickup I believe it works okay. The green does complement the blue and white in my opinion. Of course there's some of you guys that won't like it, but for me it's not too bad. So would you prefer this one or this one, given the choice? Personally I like them both, so I'm happy to have both of them in my collection. Now we've got the same sort of scenario here in that this is the Topo Fuel altered, and we've got the chrome wheels or rims on this one and obviously the green wheels on this one. But again I think both options work very well. So again, not too sure what your preference would be. Got the green chassis of course on the chase, running on empty. Hopefully these aren't, otherwise I won't get too far. But I do like these little race cars. So yeah, they're the options for the green wheels, and just showing you one more, again from running on empty, and it's a Chevy sedan delivery. Now here we have obviously the standard release with the white wheels. Again I do like this casting, I've got quite a few and I like it in this orange, and the Armour All logo. And here we have the green wheel chase version, which again with those green wheels, I do think it complements the orange and black with the white wall tyres, so I'm quite happy with that. With the green chassis again. So for me, these three that I've shown you here do work well as chase cars with the green wheel option. Now I'm going to show you one quickly that probably doesn't work quite as well. It's a loose car and it's from the Hot Pursuit series, and it's this obviously police vehicle. Now there's an awful lot of Hot Pursuit collectors and they would probably prefer to see the standard release rather than having these green wheels, which I don't think look very good at all, especially with this deep red burgundy body. Obviously green chassis isn't a major issue, because when it's sitting on the shelf or in the cabinet on display you can't see the chassis, but the wheels do look a bit odd. So for me, as I've said, this is an example where it doesn't work as well, but of course they're going to carry these chase vehicles through the whole range. They're not going to separate Hot Pursuit vehicles, because there are still a lot of you out there that will be happy with this option. Now moving along here, we've got the Greenlight Gone in 60 Seconds Mustang. Now obviously this is Eleanor and it's in the standard silver grey finish. Nice model with opening hood, etc. So yeah, I do like this Mustang. And here we have the green bodied version. Now of course we wouldn't recognise this from the film if we saw that isolated on a shelf or in a cabinet, but you would recognise that. So is this such a desirable chase option to have in your collection? For me it is, because I do like green body chase cars. Prefer the whole green body to a green wheel in actual fact. But again, there are a few purists out there that wouldn't want that option. They would want that, and I do understand that. If they're collecting film and movie vehicles, they want to remember the vehicle how they saw it in the film. So that's a bit of a dilemma. And of course, would you display this out of the card, or you keep it carded because it's a chase version anyway? Now moving along to what I have most of here to show you today is the raw chases. Now I'm not sure if these raw vehicles are harder to find than the green bodied. I know there was significantly more green wheeled versions as opposed to green bodies and raw, but are there a lot fewer raws out there? Here in the UK it's hard to judge, but obviously for you watchers in the States you would be more aware really of what's on the market from the point of view of chase vehicles from Greenlight. So this is obviously the standard peg release, which again is a very nice truck. I like these Ford F100s. Got plastic frame there with the tow hook, but they make a nice job of this casting in my opinion. Here we retain all the orange paintwork along with the tampo print in text, but the cream is nowhere to be seen because of course it's the raw finish, totally unpainted from the cream point of view. Not sure how you feel about the two versions there. Now I'm going to show you some more raw versions because that is what I'm concentrating on today. Now here we have from the Vintage Ad Cars series, a very nice red 67 Mercury Cougar. Again, a nice casting, and it looks great in red. And here we have the raw version. Now, given the choice, I would probably go for the red because it looks obviously more natural, and we're going to see something like that on the road as opposed to a raw finish such as this. But again, because it's a chase vehicle and it's got some rarity value, of course a lot more limited. Do you buy it just because it's more limited and more desirable in the future and hopefully will go up in value, or given the choice of the two, do you still buy this one and leave this one well alone? That's really what the question is that I'm asking. Your own preference on these raw chase vehicles. Now here we have a really nice 72 Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser, and it looks great in this sort of very light ivory or white with the gold detail, along with those nice gold wheels. Nice wagon this. So that looks great, and then of course we've got the raw version there, which I don't think looks too bad really, because we have still got a lot of gold detail which helps, and we've retained some of the paintwork on the rear end of the roof where the rack is, given that's a slightly different colour, you can see, slightly darker, almost maybe a cream, so that's where they've kept that cream in place and just left off the very light ivory colour from the body. So we've got everything else there in place apart from the ivory finish, but it doesn't work too well, but it doesn't work too badly for me, this one. Now coming along next is this VW T2 double cab pickup, which I do like. Volkswagen road service with this little silver roof rack on top, from the Club VW series. They've produced an awful lot of VW T2s and similar, but some are still attractive, some I leave alone. I like the bright colours and the fancy artwork on a lot of them, so I do go for those ones, but there are others that I declined to have in my collection just because I've built up quite a few. Now here's the raw version. Again, everything else exists on this raw version apart from the red paint, so it worked quite well. So that's that one. And coming along next is another VW. Again, this is a 71 T2 or Type 2 if you prefer, panel van, VW technical support vehicle. Now this is obviously a lot plainer in just the pale blue and a white more extended rack on the roof. And here is the raw version. Again, not too bad really. So it's another one of those dilemmas of which one you would prefer. Do you go for authenticity or do you go for rareness and collectability and maybe a bit more value along the road? One more coming along, and this is the Volkswagen Beetle, of course, from the La Carrera Panamericana road rally. And this looks quite striking in pink, and it's got, I don't know if that is mud there on the roof or whether it's rust. I'm not too sure. But a nice vehicle. And here we have the raw version, and the raw version has retained that rust or mud effect on the roof, along with the pink tampo print on the hood, or I know that is the luggage compartment, and the pink there engine cover, because the pink on this one, if you can see, is slightly darker on the engine cover, a little bit more cerise in that, so that's why that colour is retained on this raw, along with that tampo print on the luggage compartment is slightly darker, obviously to show on the pink. So again, that's why that is retained, and obviously the door numbers, etc. So I do like the fact that a lot of the detail is kept on these raw vehicles. Now we've still got a few more to show. Hopefully you're not getting bored. Now this is the 1990 GMC Jimmy, and we know it's in the STP colours of the red, blue and white. Do quite like these Jimmys. And here we have the raw version, and they've just replaced the rawness out of the red, so no red on the vehicle. We've still got the blue and white, but just no red paintwork on this one. So it doesn't look too bad, but of course if you collect STP liveried vehicles, this isn't going to look as good with other vehicles with the same decals and colours. But I've no doubt STP collectors would want that in their collection. They're a good range, this, or not range, but a good series, this Blue Collar collection. Do some nice vehicles in that series. Now, a couple more. And here we have the Elvis 55 Cadillac Fleetwood in this lovely pink with the Elvis figure. I do like this Cadillac casting myself, and it really does look nice in that light pink. Very nice indeed. And this of course is the raw version. Now the Elvis figure is exactly the same, but the car is raw, but we have the light ivory or white roof retained on this one. So it's just minus the pink. Again, for those of you that want an Elvis pink Cadillac, this may not have very much appeal. And I personally prefer this one certainly to be displayed in my cabinet as opposed to this, but I will keep this just purely as it's a raw chase piece. And one more to show, guys, and this is not it's a pursuit vehicle and a police vehicle, but not from the Hot Pursuit series. But it's the 2021 Ford Police Interceptor utility. I'm not such a lover of these modern utility vehicles, to be quite frank, from the point of view of a police vehicle. I have got some in my collection, but I don't go for all of them. And here's the raw version, and this is probably another example, like the police vehicle we showed earlier with the green wheels, where the raw state of this maybe doesn't enhance the model very much, because we would want to see it like that as opposed to like that, I believe. That's my opinion anyway. But again, because of the rarity of this one, it's desirable to have in many of our collections. So would your preference be for this one or this one, or of course both? So that's really it, guys, and the question is, as I've said quite a few times now, is, given the choice, what would you prefer to have on display? Would you have both versions or just the one? And also, the question I did ask also earlier was the rarity of these raw chase vehicles. Are they going up in value? Are just some of them going up in value depending on which vehicles or movie car it is? Are they worth collecting? Or do we swerve away from them? So that's the VWs. And just there we've got the Vista Cruisers. So that's been my little video today, just really discussing the merits of chase cars from Greenlight. Let me know in the comments if you've just got a moment, please, how you feel about these chase cars. And I may well return to this subject with some more chase options from Johnny Lightnings or M2s, but I've got very few of those, so it won't be a long video. But I'd just like to say, obviously, take care, stay safe, everybody, please look after each other, and bye for now.